So just a quick one, and this is just to help advise you on how to do your warm-up. So what we want to do is we want to focus on all of the joints, and we also want to focus on the main muscle groups. So I generally think from the ground up, but I place a specific emphasis on the areas that I'm using for the workout for that day. But just a general one, which is good, is to start from the ground up. So I usually start from these knee circles for that reason, because this one not only warms up the knees, but if you do big circles, it starts to warm the ankles and feet up as well. So you're just going to do 5 or 10 in one direction and then in the other. See how I'm drawing circles in different directions with both knees? I'm not going in the same direction. The bigger you go, the more you start to activate the ankles and the feet. So that's these two joints starting to warm up. And now the hips, big circles in one direction, about 10 and then 10 in the other direction. So this is really focusing on the hip joints themselves. Shoulders, shrugging the shoulders. And then big circles with the arms. Go back the other way. And then chopping across and out starts to activate and stretch the front of the chest and shoulders. Alternating that way, starts to open up here. And then the back of the legs, usually do something like that, where you just reach towards the toe, keeping the legs straight. You might find in the first few it's really difficult, but as you start to warm up and you do a couple of reps, you'll be able to get your chest deeper and go further. The front of the legs, just boot the glute. And this is why the workouts start with this, and it's often the same little thing at the start. Now to open up this part, place the feet wider apart, go deep to one side and then the other. So now we're starting to work that inside upper part of the thigh. The adductor, yes. Let's get the adductor and abductor mixed up. Twisting the shoulders, starting to warm up the spine now, the lower back, and also the obliques and the side muscles of the body. Don't overdo this, just gently stretch into it. And if you've got any back issues, just be careful of that. Tilting side to side starts to open up there a bit more. And if we're going for a run, before we do that, I like to just push up against the surface and rock heel to toe, and even work on the toes as well to stretch that out. You want to spend about 3 up to 5 minutes doing that, focusing from the ground up. If you're tight anywhere, just put a bit more emphasis in that. I often find I'm tight in the back, so I'll do a couple of these just to wake the back up. And the neck as well, if you've been stressed, hunched over a computer, holding a bit of stress, these circles work well, and also just activating the neck muscles tends to relieve that tension. So you can do this as a warm-up, but you can also do it during the day if you feel like you just need to release a bit of stress and you want something to do to break up the monotony of working at the desk at home for 8 hours straight. This is a good one to sort of break that up, get the blood flowing throughout the body, reset, and it'll make you a bit more productive as well.